Welcome, Internet. Are you focusing on this video? Or are you doing like 7 things at once? Are you multitasking? Well, according to a lot of science out there, scientists would tell you that it's actually impossible to multitask. It's actually impossible to do more than one thing at once, meaning that attempting to do so will slow you down overall because you're unable to focus on anything. Rather than focusing on one thing and being able to do one thing, you try to do 7 things and become able to do none of them. But is this actually true? Is it actually impossible to do 7 things at once? Because I'm sure you've done more than one thing at once, where you've got even having a song playing in the background and working on something and hearing the song and working on that thing at the same time. I would count that as multitasking because you're paying attention to do 2 different things at once. And according to science, according to a lot of the MRIs that they take of people's brains when they attempt to do this, this should be impossible, yet it's not, because experimentally you can do it. So why is it possible to multitask when technically it shouldn't be? Well, in order to answer this question, I'd recommend you watch my previous videos on focusing to give you some sort of background. But basically, the way that it works, as I would understand it, it's not scientific, it's just my own personal understanding, is that in order to multitask, you've got to rapidly shift focus between things. Now, remember, to focus is to place so much of your concentration on one thing to where it may as well be 100%, but it's not actually 100% because you're always thinking of many things at once. But if you place 99% of your focus on something, that can be defined as concentrating on it. Now, in order to multitask, what you need to do is rapidly shift 99% of your focus from here to 99% of your focus to here. So that way, you're going back and forth so fast to where if you were to measure this from the layperson's perspective, it appears you're doing both things at once. And it appears you have 99% of your focus in both things, which is over 100% of your focus. And again, that shouldn't be possible, yet it is, because you can do more than one thing at once. Now, in order to teach yourself to do this, what you have to do is to learn to let go. So when you shift your focus over here, you don't really want to pay attention to it because you don't have enough time to take in that information and process it, then go back to the other thing. If you also want to do the other thing at the same time that you're doing this one, you cannot process them as it occurs at the same time. So what you need to do is look at it, then shift your eyes to the other one. And as you're shifting your eyes, you're processing that information that happened over here. And now that you're looking over here, you're ready to process the information that happened here. But as you're processing it, you need to look back to this one. And you just keep looking back and forth, and you're processing it in the in-between. You just got to trust that your brain will process the information by the time you need to look at the next thing. If you do this quickly enough, then all of a sudden you're doing 2 things at once. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be visual. I used vision as an example, but it could be with anything where you're listening to something. You got 2 people talking. If you want to be able to hear 100% or near 100% of what both people say, you don't want to split up your energies. You don't want to try to put 50% of your focus here, 50% of your focus here. You don't want to do that. You want to give 99% of your focus right here. Hear a couple words, and then shift right here. And while you're processing those words, you're hearing what they're saying. And now, as you're processing those words, you shift back. And if you do this, if you become good at this, you can hear both conversations. You could even have conversations with both people at once and not miss a beat. That's what it means to multitask. That's how you artificially get above 100% concentration rate. You just rapidly shift your focus between 2 different things or more. You can, if you get really good at this, you can go 3, 4, I don't know if you can go 5, but if you get really good, then maybe you can do all sorts of different things at once and not miss out on any information because you're processing that information as you're going on to the other thing. And if you go on between things quickly enough, if you process things quickly enough, then you can do all of these things at once, even though technically you're only ever focusing on one thing, even though technically it's only ever possible to focus on one thing. So the scientists are right when they say that, where you can't technically multitask, but if you cheat a little bit, then yes, you can. So thanks for watching, and next time, I'm going to talk about how to deal with getting over excuses that you make that stop you from doing things. You know how to focus now, you know how to multitask. Now it's trying to put that to good use and start doing things. But in order to do that, you got to know how to get past excuses. So subscribe to make sure you don't miss that, and thanks for watching.